going to be a wild ride. What a game.
Anything can happen in March.
To be forever a champion.
How about that? Absolute madness.
For day of him returning to the Packers announcement, there has been no contract signed, and then we were told that the reports of a 4-year, $200 million deal were wrong.
This is an interesting situation because Deshaun Watson already has met with the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints, and teams that have been in contact with him also have trade parameters worked out with the Houston Texans. So really, Deshaun Watson is the final piece to the puzzle in this regard. He's got the no trade clause in his contract. He must sign off ultimately on any team he's going to be traded.
So Wilson now a Denver Bronco. According to Ian Rappaport, Denver the only place Russ wanted to go. And James Palmer telling me on the NFL Inside Report Pod that when Wilson came to Denver to take his physical, people in the building were taken aback by how much homework he had done on the Broncos.
Who's also hardworking? That will be Tom Brady. Just a 40-day retirement. Brady is back. This isn't a joke. I thought it was at first last night. I'm like, is it April Fool's yet? He retired February 1st, unretired Sunday. Tom Brady posting this. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates. I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business. Let's leap in, go. Brady.
Hello, all you beautiful and amazing people. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the show. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, Hyde, and this is Hide and Seek Media, where we talk about news, sports, politics, and so much more. March Madness is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. The tournament is about to start, and I am going to make my picks for the entire tournament, fill out my bracket right here for all of you guys to see, and hopefully I get them all right. The odds of that happening are very, very rare, but hey, you know what? I'm going to swing for the fences. So I'm going to fill out that bracket, and then as the tournament progresses, I'll try to get, a video up a week about how I'm progressing and how my bracket looks. Or at least try to mention it in my videos at the top of the video. So, there's always an update. I'm also going to get into the craziness that is going on in the NFL offseason right now. Tom Brady comes out of retirement. Aaron Rodgers decides to stay in Green Bay. Russell Wilson will be wearing a horse on his helmet. And Jimmy Garoppolo still out there in the wind. Nobody knows where he's going to go. Also, Deshaun Watson, now a free man, is looking at 2 NFC South teams as potential targets for him to be traded to. All of that, plus a little something extra about a quarterback still trying to get signed today. All of that and much more in this video. So, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys watching, man. It really does mean a lot that you guys watch my videos and check out my content. If you really like what I'm doing here and you want to help support the channel, there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. I list crypto wallets in the description you can donate to. I have a merch link where you can go pick you out funny political t-shirts. But the best way you guys can help my channel and help support my work is hitting that share button. Share this video on all social media platforms you can. Help spread my content out there and get more awareness and more people to my channel, because YouTube isn't going to give me the impressions I need to grow my channel. A lot of my videos barely get over 1,000 impressions because I kind of took the hard road when I started my YouTube channel and bucked the system early. And now I'm paying for it. So I need you guys to help me out. Share this video and help me grow my channel. Now, let's get into the first quarterback story I want to talk about in the NFL, and that is Russell Wilson going to the Denver Broncos. So, right here we have the story from Sports Illustrated. How the Broncos and Seahawks negotiated the Russell Wilson trade. So apparently this trade had been, they had been working this trade out for like a week during the combine, right? Sports Illustrated goes on to report the Broncos had been concerned that newish Seahawks owner Jody Allen could pull the plug on the deal at the wire. Seattle, conversely, wasn't 100% sure that Aaron Rodgers' status wasn't still hovering over a negotiation that stretched from the end of January into the beginning of March. But finally, on both sides, this was starting to feel very real. About to leave the out-of-the-way Indianapolis bar that served as one of their rendezvous points during a series of secret Combine Week meetings and head home for Seattle, Seahawks GM John Schneider handed Broncos GM George Patton his yellow valet tag, number 16157, from the downtown JW Marriott. On the back was scrawled Schneider's final proposal. If he were to agree to deal franchise quarterback Russell Wilson to Denver, it read 2022 first, 2022 second, 2023 first, and 2023 second, with a list of player names to follow. And there they were, in front of Patton, the bones of a deal that took secrecy, time, strong relationships, and a ton of capital to complete. It was Sunday, and by the time the sun set in Indianapolis, both guys would be on their way home, already knowing they were well on their way to fundamentally changing the foundation of two NFL franchises. Less than 2 days later, Wilson was in Denver to sign a waiver to override his no-trade clause, take a physical, and complete a massive trade that'll become official on Wednesday. So, at the time of this video, it is official, right? This trade is official. Russell Wilson is a Denver Bronco. That was a major story when it first broke. Like, Russell Wilson leaving Seattle to go to Denver? Like, I don't know, man. Seattle had a pretty decent team. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. I mean, the run game needed to be worked on, but it looks like Seattle's going to do a whole rebuild and just, start over from scratch because they cut Bobby Wagner. It looks like they're just, revamping that entire team. But I would say that, Wilson signing with Denver really probably kicked off this whole quarterback carousel thing. I mean, then you have this story from Pro Football Talk, right, where Aaron Rodgers said he was going to stay in Green Bay, and they offered him like $200 million, $153 million guaranteed, but according to this story, he still hasn't signed the deal yet. In 6 days since they gave him the deal, it says here, the agreement to terms has yet to become a binding contract, which means Aaron hasn't signed it. So, is he going to stay in Green Bay? We don't know. Maybe he said that so that some of these other pieces would fall and he could actually go somewhere that he was kind of paving the way for his own, the team he wants, right? Maybe he's trying to manipulate the league a little bit to get the team he wants or get the trade he wants or whatever, Aaron Rodgers is a pretty smart guy. So he could be doing this just to say, yeah, let's say I'm going to stay in Green Bay. And they're going to offer me this great deal. And then I just won't sign it. And then the last minute, somebody else will agree to take that deal in a trade with, whatever, and I can leave here and go to the team I want to go to. Now, I'm just speculating here because I really don't know what Aaron's going to do, but you never know, right? Aaron Rodgers, that's smart. He could pull something like that off. Now, I like how it says here in the article, it undoubtedly will get signed. I mean, he just said he was coming back to the Packers only 6 days ago. Who has second thoughts after only 6 days? Other than Tom Brady, I mean. Now, that's kind of funny because Tom Brady decided that, and then because Tom Brady decided, I'm going to unretire, which isn't really that surprising. But, that kind of took the Bucks out of the market for all of these other quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo and a couple of other quarterbacks that the Bucs were probably looking at trying to get if they didn't have Tom Brady, right? But it's kind of obvious that Brady wasn't going to really retire. I mean, what was it like? I think it says here in the article it was 40 days, right? 40 days was all it took for Brady to realize that whatever had motivated him to retire, reports of irritation with Bucs coach Bruce Arians were most interesting, was not as powerful as his will to play on. It always seemed odd that Brady would leave the game before he had begun to decline, which is what gave rise to speculation that if Brady were to return, it would be to try to play elsewhere. In the end, Brady's competitiveness overwhelmed whatever concerns he had about logging a 23rd season. Somewhat amusingly, Brady, who has won 7 Super Bowls, concluded his return announcement on social media by saying he had unfinished business in Tampa Bay. It's not hard to figure out what he means. Brady thinks he can still snag another ring. He's not wrong, and Arians is on board. Right? But the impact, they say, right? The impact of Brady's change of heart is obviously enormous. The NFC South, which appeared wide open before Brady's announcement, now has a heavy favorite in Tampa Bay. The pursuit of Deshaun Watson by the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers becomes even more fascinating. If one of those teams trades for Watson, they are the division rival that will likely give the Bucs, who won the NFC South by 4 games last season, their steepest competition. Tampa general manager Jason Light, who spent much of the NFL scouting combine talking about all the free agents the Bucs hope to keep, certainly has an easier job now. Well, yeah, now that Tom Brady's on the team, everybody's going to want to re-sign, right? But they mentioned Deshaun Watson looking at the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers, or those teams looking at Deshaun Watson, right? But you have this story, right, from Yahoo Sports about Deshaun Watson that says Deshaun Watson trade suitors now focused on his next deposition and possible NFL suspension, right? So even if these teams were to be able to trade for him, because in this article it does mention Carolina and New Orleans being top 2 places that Deshaun Watson would like to go. And I think Carolina would be a great fit for Watson with McCaffrey in the backfield. You get him 1 or 2 decent deep threats on the outside, and you can really open up that offense because he's a better thrower than Cam Newton is, and he's not as powerful as Cam is running the ball, but you have McCaffrey who can run between the tackles and those sweeps, and then you can run bootleg sweeps with Watson a lot better than you could, running the QB powers and stuff that you would run with Cam Newton. So I really like the fit with the Carolina Panthers, and they're right. They would be the instant rival of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and would cause them the most trouble in that division. But the other team in that division could surprise everybody and snag up another quarterback that's out there waiting in the wings, not knowing where he's going to land, but he does know he's going to be traded. And that's Jimmy Garoppolo, right? So we have this story from the NBC Sports. 49ers price for Jimmy G is 2nd round pick and more. Okay. They go on to say, with the number of quarterback needy teams dwindling and Jimmy Garoppolo recently undergoing shoulder surgery, it would make sense for the 49ers to perhaps lower their asking price for the veteran quarterback. That, however, doesn't appear to be the case. On Monday, NFL's media Tom Pelissero told Kay Adams on Good Morning Football that the 49ers are looking for even more than a 2nd round pick that they have initially gave up for Garoppolo in 2017. He's coming off shoulder surgery, not going to be cleared until right around the start of training camp. The price on Garoppolo is likely a 2nd round pick and more. They certainly have been conversations, multiple teams interested there, but nothing done yet. Well, and more probably means they want a player, a 2nd round pick probably a 2022 second round pick and a player. More than likely a top tier or second tier cornerback to kind of bolster that secondary that, which is a weakness for the 49ers. Now, one of the teams that, could land Jimmy Garoppolo is the New Orleans Saints. So, if the Saints sweep in there and grab Garoppolo, there could be all kinds of craziness in the NFC South. But I don't think the Saints are the team that's going to end up with Garoppolo. I like Garoppolo going to the Colts. And it says right here, the Colts make a ton of sense for Garoppolo. Indianapolis has a roster that is built to win now, and Garoppolo has the leadership intangibles the Colts reportedly are interested in after their failed year with Wentz. The Colts were able to get 2 third-round picks in exchange for Wentz, but it's unclear if they'd be interested in giving up a second-round pick plus more for Garoppolo. Now, I think it would be in the best interest of Indianapolis to just go ahead and give up those picks and get Garoppolo now, right? He's coming off shoulder surgery, yes, but he can run that offense. And with a good running game and good outside threats, a decent offensive line, Jimmy Garoppolo can win you games. He can win you games. He can get you into the playoffs. Hell, he can even get you to a Super Bowl. Okay, so I think it's definitely worth a second-round pick and a starting corner, right? I don't know who their corners are. I'd have to look at their roster, or give me a second and 2 thirds, a second and a third this year and a third next year, and I'm good, right? That would work. I would get that from the Colts in a heartbeat for Jimmy Garoppolo. But hey, I'm not a GM, right? I don't do this for a living. But there is one more quarterback out there vying for a spot on an NFL team. And that is good old Colin Kaepernick. So he's been tweeting out videos of him throwing footballs and working out with Tyler Lockett. You have this tweet from March 13th. For the past 5 years, I've been working out and staying ready in case an opportunity to play presented itself. I'm really grateful to my trainer, who I've been throwing to all this time. But man, do I miss throwing to professional route runners. Who's working? I will pull up. Right? Then all of a sudden, he goes and there's news like Lockett, right? Tyler Lockett, let's do it, bro. Blah, blah, blah. So they go and he throws routes to Tyler Lockett. Woo-hoo-hoo. But this is the same guy who said the NFL was racist. That the NFL owners are likened to slave owners. If that's the case, why the hell are you trying to get a job in the NFL? Why are you putting out tweets for the past 5 years I've been working out and staying ready? What are you ready for? You ready to surrender to the slave master? Doesn't make any sense to me. You failed to change it from the inside when you were there. Now, and then you failed to change it from the outside after you were out. And now you want back in? Come on. I really don't see that happening. But, hey, crazier things have happened in the NFL. But this guy is a joke. And it pains me every day of my NFL fandom life that he played for my team and that I actually supported Colin Kaepernick at one time. It's crazy. How far the mighty have fallen, right? So, those are the quarterbacks and the quarterback situations of the NFL. So, that's all the quarterback situations that are going on currently in the NFL. Now I want to get into March Madness and fill out my bracket. So here we have this bracket, CBSSports.com. We're going to fill out this bracket right here real quick, just so y'all can see it. As you can see, I've already got Gonzaga beating Georgia, whoever this is. All right, so as you can see, I've got Gonzaga winning this game. Take Memphis over Boise State. We're going to take UConn over New Mexico, Arkansas over Vermont. Ooh. And we'll go with Alabama on that one. Texas Tech and Michigan State Davidson. I like that matchup. Man, oh man. You know what? Let's say Michigan State gets upset in the first round. I like that, right? Now we have the East. Oh, yeah, Baylor. Ooh, North Carolina and Marquette. Man, let's take North Carolina. Oh, it was a St. Mary, and yeah, I like St. Mary's. UCLA and Akron. We'll take UCLA. Oh, Texas. You know what? Let's go with. You know what? You always got to go with the. You always got to go with the Ivy League. They surprise you in every tournament. An Ivy League team will surprise you. So this time, I think it's going to be Yale. Yale beats Purdue. Now that's crazy, I know, but that's probably going to screw my whole bracket up. Not really, because I think Texas was going to beat Yale anyways. But if Purdue goes on to win both those games, then my bracket's kind of screwed. But hey, you know what? You take a chance, right? Let's go Murray State, Kentucky. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Can I pick these? Nope. All right. So can't pick any of those games, but I don't think I have any one of them winning anything anyways. Okay. So let's start over here and we'll work our way back up. Let's go Auburn. USC. I like Wisconsin over Colgate. Ooh, Iowa State and LSU. Let's go LSU. I think Shaq's son plays for LSU. Let's see. Providence, Iowa. I don't see any big upsets here. Whoa, here we go. San Diego State and Creighton. Let's take Creighton on that one. And, of course, Kansas is going to win this game. All right, now we are in the second round. Kansas beats Creighton. Iowa upsets Providence. LSU upsets Wisconsin. And Auburn takes out USC. All right. We have Nova beating Delaware. Ohio State over Loyola. Tennessee. Man, look at this. We're going to take Michigan. They're a lower seed, but I'm taking Michigan. Let's see. Got Illinois. Houston. Ooh, Seton Hall, TCU. I'm going Seton Hall and Arizona. All right. Arizona over Seton Hall. Houston over Illinois. No. Let's change that. I like Illinois over Houston. Let's see. Michigan goes out in the second round to Tennessee. Nova takes out Ohio State. All right. Now we have Gonzaga taking out Memphis. UConn taking out Arkansas. Texas Tech beating Alabama. And Duke taking out Davidson. Here we have North Carolina and Baylor. That's a good game. Let's go Baylor. They're number one seed for a reason. Let's take St. Mary's in that one. I like Texas to beat Yale. My upset there. And Kentucky takes out Murray State. Okay. Well, Kentucky's going to make it past Texas as well. And they are going to meet Baylor. Ooh, Baylor in Kentucky. That's going to be a good game, baby. That's going to be a good game. Duke over Texas Tech. And Gonzaga over UConn. We have Arizona over Illinois. Nova over Tennessee. In a tight game, I think. Kansas takes out Iowa. Ooh. Can LSU be the dream team, the 6th seed that makes it to the Elite 8? Let's see it. Let's see it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Kansas takes them out. I think Kentucky takes Baylor out. I like Kentucky this year for some reason. I don't know. I got Kentucky fever, I think. Got Kentucky fever. But, ooh, let's go Nova and Gonzaga. In the Final Four, we have Gonzaga, Kentucky, Villanova, and Kansas. And in our championship game, it's an old school rivalry from way back in the day. Kentucky versus Kansas. And Kansas comes out your champion. This is my bracket, ladies and gentlemen. I've got one major upset down here. Yale making it past the first round. Taking out Purdue, a 3 seed. Now, I could be crazy. I could be way out of line with that. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the bracket with Kansas as your champion. So, there's my bracket. Those are my picks. I'm set it in stone. Let's see how it works out. Maybe I get them all right. I doubt it. There's some really crazy picks in there. And to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of these teams play, so it's just going to be a lot of this is based off of, programs and how I know they're run and all that. So we'll see how I did. But if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video and the topic. I love to engage with my viewers, so feel free to fire away. Thanks for watching again, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.